Yeah, I mean, what? At least we got the Oscars to look forward to.
Oh God, the fucking Oscars. Let me tell you, if Sinners wins one, the Twitter's gonna have a bitch fest.
I keep seeing we're in that weird period of the movie where everyone's revisionist now. It's like, I didn't think Sinners was that good. I'm like, fuck all of you. Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Yeah,
You're just being a contrarian piece of shit.
Yeah,
at this point. Stop the contrarian nonsense. Sinners was great.
Yeah, Sinners was a good movie.
I can't handle. Yeah, I went to the fair. I went to the fair this past week.
There's a fair up here?
The Central Florida State Fair.
I'm from South Florida, bro. So it's just like I didn't even know there was one up here.
South Florida. Oh well, you're originally from South.
From South Florida, yeah.
Okay.
Miami-Dade Fair.
It's not the Central Florida. It's just the Florida State Fair. Was in Tampa this week.
Oh, okay, cool.
They did not. I had a deep fried Uncrustable.
Mm-hmm.
Homie, that's the way to eat an Uncrustable.
I need one of those.
I've now decided that Uncrustables are best served two ways: either frozen solid, right? Love a frozen Uncrustable, right? Where you bite into that snap of the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Or battered and deep fried.
Okay, I gotta have that.
Battered, yo.
I gotta have that.
Today was the last day.
Today's
the last day. Well,
I'll go to that next year then.
The Central Florida State Fair is going to be, because I went to the Florida State Fair, but the Central Florida State Fair is like in 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks?
So maybe they'll have a deep fried Uncrustable.
Cool. I gotta get my lady to go out then.
I wanted a cookie bucket. Fairs have cookie buckets. They didn't have a cookie bucket.
Cookie buckets are so
I wanted a bucket
good.
of chocolate chip cookies. But I settled for a deep fried. I'm on those GLP-1, so I can't even eat as much. So I went to the fair and I'm like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. But I'm just sitting there like, damn, I'm not hungry for any of this fucking nonsense.
Damn.
so because I didn't eat.
Yeah. So you didn't eat, but you didn't take none with you?
No, I had like one or two things. I wasn't hungry. I don't know why Chris gave us the rabbit signal. Or I thought we were just coming in and then we would start the show when we come in. Yeah.
Yeah, we're rolling. Okay, cool.
I guess that.
Yeah. Last time I went to a fair, I actually had a fried gator. It was not bad.
I ain't touching fried gator. Y'all are crazy. Y'all high.
It tastes like kitchen. It tastes like chicken, bro. It really does. It really does.
Can we stop with this every meat tastes like chicken nonsense? Who came up with that lie? Chicken has a very specific taste. Even when I like turkey and chicken, right?
They taste different.
Very similar birds. They don't taste a thing alike. Who made this lie? Going, it tastes like chicken. Pork don't taste like chicken. Beef don't taste like chicken. Turkey don't taste like chicken.
It doesn't.
I can't think of another meat that actually tastes like chicken.
Gator. That tastes like chicken.
I'm not eating no fucking gator, bro. I'm not eating gator, dude.
No, I feel you. It's an acquired taste. But I didn't know it was gator at first. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, okay, let me try this little fried meatball over here. I said, what is this? Gator. Oh, shit.
Why are y'all eating gator, bro? It's like, didn't we talk about it we talked about it like 2 episodes ago, the people that would eat the iguanas?
You the iguanas, yeah.
What are y'all doing in Florida? Did y'all not have access to other... I guess I should probably stop saying that. Is this kind of like xenophobic? Going like, why are we eating this outlandish food? Is that kind of xenophobic?
Well, we're from Florida, so it's like
no, but you know what I mean.
No, I know what you're talking about.
This is why they were eating the dogs.
Yeah,
they're eating the cats.
They're eating the dogs. Like, oh my God, fucking insane.
We never talked. I was watching one of our past episodes. We were supposed to talk about Trump sharing the Obama monkey thing. We never talked about it. The fact that this motherfucker said no, it was a staff member. Then at first it was him. And Caroline Leavitt is like, it doesn't matter that he did who cares? Then it was a staff member. Then it was he removes it, but he stands behind it. He has said, I stand behind posting it.
Yeah.
But he removed it. Then then they're like, well, we're not going to fire the staff member who did it. I'm like, can y'all just admit that Trump was like, who cares?
Just say that Trump did it.
Like, I'm not shocked he tweeted
Exactly.
tweeted
I'm
it,
not shocked
right?
about
Like,
it. We know it was we know from the beginning that Trump was a racist. So I'm not shocked by it. Like this is the same guy who took black people off his floor in the casinos. Same guy who didn't want to rent out to black people. Same guy. It's like same guy who says like stealing is in their nature. Is what they do.
Mr. Shithole Countries.
Mr. Shithole Countries. Are we really surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised about that, and I wasn't surprised that he put like. And oh man, so many people are like, "Well, how's it racist?" I don't get how it's racist.
Like, come on, guys.
You don't get how it's racist to share a video
Of black people as
black people?
monkeys.
I don't care if there are other people, if there are white people as monkeys in the video too.
Yeah,
You don't make black people monkeys.
Exactly.
Like, that's just. I thought that was common knowledge.
We know what that's about. Exactly.
Anyway, welcome to the Weekly Dump, your number 2 source for number 1 political commentary. This is episode 4. Season 2, episode 4. No, because we did 2, and then you and Steve did 1. So this is episode 4.
Okay, yeah. So,
Technically, Volcy is the only person who's been on every episode, right?
yeah, every single episode.
You're the only. You're 100% shit. You got to be sick one day. I can't have you beating me in every episode. Welcome to the show. My name is Jovan Bradley, joined with Volcy's thoughts.
Oh man, that's gonna be a good clip. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's up? VolcyThoughts here. As always, free Haiti, free Palestine, and fuck ICE.
I gotta lower this. It's in your. There we go. It was like in your.
In my shot.
Your shot, yeah. Yeah, but I'd rather it be at. Oh. Yep, there it is. Cool.
Oh, that's fine. No, I don't care.
That's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Why don't you like this video, subscribe to us here at Red Mirror Media, become a member to get a bunch of perks that will be decided at a later date, and just welcome in. This is a political commentary show where we talk about news and other stuff from a left-leaning perspective. We're joined today in the booth by producer Steve, technical director Chris, and director of photography Jonathan. Jonathan? What the fuck's wrong with me? Volcy, you do the intro.
I'm bad at intros. I never introduce intros. But anyway, yes, like you said,
we gotta sit up. Our posture is so terrible. Every time I look at it, both me and you are like,
That's
like, golly.
we some laid back, chill dudes. You know what I mean, just a chill guy. What happened to that meme anyway? The chill guy meme.
Just chill guy?
Yeah. Still around?
Now it's been replaced by the Jacob Wysocki, you're a regular guy meme.
You're
a regular guy. You can enter a space. Listen, one thing, the biggest reason why we need to never cut to the wide shot is because I'm a big boy. Don't cut to the wide shot unless you have to. I'm a big boy. Anyway, it's been a slow fucking news week.
Yeah. It's been slow this week.
Not much has happened. We'll talk about a few things. We got Pam Bondi's
Senate hearing, right?
Yeah, the one about Epstein. We have, I think it was a House hearing about Epstein. We have the movement of the SAVE Act, which we can talk about. Maybe we'll talk about this Michael Jordan thing a little bit. We actually, should we start with that?
Yeah, we should start with that.
I was like, oh, we'll start with like the Pam Bondi stuff, but maybe we should start with the Michael Jordan stuff. Because it's weird.
This video, when I first saw it, I was like, this is one of the weirdest things that I've ever seen done to somebody.
It's weird.
It's really strange.
It's weird. I personally haven't thought about Michael Jordan since like
the 90s.
Space Jam. But yeah, so I guess this was at the Daytona.
Yeah, NASCAR event.
Daytona 500.
Daytona 500.
Yeah. And there's this video, and we'll pull it up here. If we can pull up the computer feed, and we'll just watch the video. So if you're listening to the audio version of this, which hopefully will be on Spotify, you might want to switch over to the video. So this, I don't even want to. It feels gross setting it up.
Yeah,
I feel gross while having watched this. Like, right, seeing this feels gross. So let's just watch what Michael Jordan does. Okay. So he's like grabbing at this kid's butt. I mean, it's definitely he's definitely getting butt.
Yeah, it's in there. It just feels so. Ugh.
The only charitable thing anyone could read is that he's pulling at the back of the shirt,
Yeah.
but it doesn't look like he's pulling at the back of the shirt.
Yeah, and the thing is, when I first saw this video, that was what I was gonna give him. Right, I was like, being charitable. If there's something on the back of his shirt, yeah, you're gonna grab it off. But even me, I have kids in my family. I always tell them, hey, yo, nephew or little cousin, hey, something on the back of your shirt, grab it off. Now they ask me to take it off for them, then I'll be like, I'll swipe it off or something like that. But I'm not actively, with the grip 5000.
Like, I've seen the videos of Biden like sniffing kids, and I've been like, all right, it's weird, but like I chalk it up to like that's just kind of weird old man behavior, right?
Exactly.
Like, could he be? Maybe. I watch this and I'm just like, you shouldn't be near kids.
Yeah, man. You doing a grip 5000 on a little boy? Like that's
that
crazy.
is weird.
That is weird. That is strange. And it's crazy because Mike is one of those legends in the community. You feel me? But it's like weird shit is weird shit. You know what I mean? And I can't rock with that. It's
I don't. Why is 2026 the year of the pedophile, dude? We had all the shit with Kid Rock. We have Michael Jordan doing this weird shit. We get the Epstein fucking. Is that a sign?
I think that's a sign. He ain't coming after us.
It is 2 weeks in a row now where I've just been mid-conversation with you and my chair does something. You know the worst part? It kind of puts a little... Okay, let me fix my chair. If you're listening, you're not watching, my chair just fucking fell to the ground. Anyway.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, now I feel so much taller than you. Are you slouching again?
I'm not, bro. I'm just a little guy, bro. I'm short as hell. So that's what... I'm just a short guy, bro. That's all I'm telling you.
I'm just a little guy, dude. I'm just a little dude, man. Just a little guy.
Bro, I'm just a short guy, man. That's it.
Yeah.
Yo, bro.
I don't know that the audience is gonna have as much fun with this episode as we're having mid-recording it right now.
Yeah.
I know, audience, if you're enjoying this episode and you're having fun with it, leave a comment. You're gonna have to leave multiple comments, okay? If you're enjoying the episode, leave a comment and say, well, don't all say the same thing, because then we'll get flagged for, like, spam. Just tell us if you're enjoying the nonsense. Anyway, Pam Bondi.
Let's go on to Pam Bondi.
I know I told you don't slam the table, and here I am.
Slam the table.
Pam fucking Bondi.
And this house meeting. Ugh,
dude,
God.
I have never... That's not true. I've been disannoyed at, like, a house meeting. But... This psycho, first of all, I'm responding to all criticism about myself for the rest of my life with, yeah, but why aren't we talking about the Dow? Have you seen the Dow is over 50,000, right? 50,000, I think.
She did whataboutisms the entire time and asked about the fucking Dow. The Dow.
Have you seen the Dow? Guys, I know this is a Senate hearing on Epstein and us protecting kid fuckers. But have you seen the Dow?
Have you seen the Dow?
Have you seen it? It's Dow Jones.
It's to the moon, bro. It's to the moon.
For those wondering, let me not do that because my hood makes a fucking. For those wondering, Pam Bondi decided to go. Well, not decided to. She went to a house hearing on the Epstein files, on the FBI's involvement in it, and she said a bunch of really stupid shit. She wouldn't answer a question. She was asked a lot of close-ended questions, which I know can be frustrating to have to answer close-ended questions, but like, do it.
Do it, yeah. This is
and
your job.
instead of like, answering the questions and not being a weirdo, she decided I'm going to ignore a bunch of them. So we have a couple of clips that we're gonna watch of this absolute shit show. Let's start with this first one here.
And none of them ask Merrick Garland over the last 4 years one word about Jeffrey Epstein. How ironic is that? You know why? Because Donald Trump, the Dow right now is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
This is too much ass kissing for one person.
Jesus
like, dude,
Christ.
no, this is not a hearing on the economy. This isn't a hearing on, it's a hearing on the FBI's involvement in the Epstein files, in the release, and all of this. I don't care what the Dow is. The Dow could be, Donald Trump could have the greatest economy in the world. He could have made peace between all the nations of the globe. That's not what this is about. I don't care. I care about why are you redacting names of pedophiles and all the shit that's coming out about the Epstein files. Look, I think there's a lot of people doing conspiracy shit right now. So I'm not going to engage in any of that. But it is very clear that there was a lot of people fucking kids.
Yeah.
There's what, 1,200 confirmed Epstein victims?
Yes, 1,200 confirmed. And what's crazy about this is that I was talking to Wifey about this earlier. We are not angry enough when it comes to, and not me and you, but like as a society. This should have caused, in my opinion, a general shutdown. Like nobody goes to fucking work until you redact, not redact, unredact all of those names because we want to see what's going on.
The literal only thing that should be redacted is the names of victims and their identifying information.
That's it.
That's it. Nothing else should be, well, and photos. There's a lot of shit with like photo material not being
it's not being properly redacted, which is crazy.
But literally the only thing that other than like image material, I mean, I don't know that images should have been released to begin with, but like the only thing in like any of those emails, it should just be identifying information of victims.
Exactly.
But that's just it. That's what I'm saying.
Everything else, put it out there.
Let's say Donald Trump is not in the Epstein files. Let's just throw that out there. Let's say Donald Trump, he's not in the files. Why is his FBI protecting the people that are?
Yeah, exactly.
There's not been connected to this current investigation of the files. There's not been any criminal charges brought to anybody.
None at all. What is happening?
Why would there be? You have now. Maybe it's being investigated. If I'm being charitable, I can say that maybe there's investigation happening that we don't know about.
Right.
But there should not be an email going, "Hey Epstein, your littlest girl was so naughty," and the person who sent that email is anonymous.
Anonymous, yeah.
There should be no I can try to find it. Didn't Bondi even say, not in this here? Well, it might have been in this hearing. Didn't she say if the fully unredacted files came out, it would destroy, like it would topple our systems?
Good.
She said something. Like that.
She said something. I remember that. Yeah. And my thing is like, good. Yeah, a system ran by people who are harmed, the most vulnerable part of our society, should not be running our society, should they? Like taking advantage of children, harming children in this way, they are the most vulnerable piece of our society. If you cannot protect that, you cannot protect anything else. And you should not be trusted with any type of power if you would be involved in anything like that. I don't care who is in the files. It could be my personal heroes.
Oh, shit. I don't think she actually said that. Snopes. Did Bondi say Epstein files prosecution would cause whole system collapse? Incorrect attribution.
Oh, someone else said it. Okay.
Let me see.
So someone else said it.
After the U.S. Department of Justice released millions of files from its investigation and lacks if we prosecute everyone in the Epstein files, files released by the DOJ. Reported quote also spread around. Some readers wrote in asking whether Bondi really said this. We found no evidence Bondi said if we prosecute blah blah blah. Okay, goddamn.
Okay, so
well, take that. So she didn't say that. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry that I interrupted you.
No, all good, all good.
Dude, what the fuck, bro? Why are we doing this? We'll go to our next clip here. Of Bondi's fucking nonsense. She just got. First of all, she got dog walked by Crockett. You saw that?
That's all right.
Got dog walked. And it's very funny. So I like to use threads in the morning when I'm taking my morning constitutional. And the difference in the way, now they're all bots. I refuse to believe most of the people on threads who are posting right leaning are real. Very clearly bots. But the bot narrative is that Pam Bondi owned the hearing, which is like, I would only say that if I had if I was like kicked in the head by a horse, and so I spent the rest of my life back in grade school because like I couldn't function in the daily world, I still wouldn't say that. That's how stupid I would have to be to make that claim.
This is insane, right? You have to smoke, smoke something in a white little pipe.
Yeah. So this is how do you pronounce his name? Liu? Lou?
Yeah,
Lou.
Mr. Lou.
Huh?
Yeah, Lou. That's right.
His name is Ted Liu.
Ted Liu.
Liu. Okay.
Liu. See Liu.
I want to know, were there any
California.
underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from.
Volcy, do me a favor. Ask me that same question, but about me.
Jovan, were you...
No. Sorry. Ask him one more time.
Mr. Jovan.
No. See how easy that is, Pam? The fact that you didn't say no is astounding.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Wow.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? This is ridiculous.
The letter N should have been the first letter out of your mouth.
No.
But she looks annoyed by the question.
She looks annoyed and she's like a deer in headlights. Like she doesn't know how to answer a yes or no question.
Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's go back.
I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that.
I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape.
Do you notice her phrasing too? He didn't ask if Trump committed a crime.
Yeah.
He said, was there ever underage girls at the party Trump went to?
Yeah.
And she didn't say, no, there weren't. She said, he's never committed a crime. This is the way, like, you try to lie to your parents if they catch you sneaking out. Did you sneak out? I told you to stay home. Well, technically, I was on the property.
Yeah.
Technically, why were your friends staying in your room? Well, you told me I couldn't leave the house. You didn't tell me they could come here.
Exactly.
It's so weird, dude.
Said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you. Here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop the limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide.
I want to put my skeptic hat on, because I think as two skeptics, we should always have this hat on. These are just witness call-ins, right?
Correct.
So is it evidence he committed a crime? I probably would say no.
No.
Does it call into question that he should be investigated?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
But is it evidence? Probably not. But like, the fact of the matter is, she didn't say no. He was never at a party with underage girls.
Like, I don't know how hard that was to say. Even in our example, that was so easy to just say no.
Yeah, ask me again.
Have you ever? There you go. You know what I'm saying? It's very, very easy to do. You know, and this is a meeting on these files, and there are damning things in these files. If you're gonna be up there, it's not for you to defend your Lord and Master, you know, the carrot man. That's not your job to do.
They love defending this man. I don't get it. I don't. Yes, I do. It's a cult of personality, dude.
It's a cult.
I don't understand.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
Yeah,
It's a cult.
It's getting to the point, and I feel like this is going to be me most weeks, where I'm just baffled. Like, the only commentary I can add out into the ether is how astounded I am that this is what's going on.
And I'm baffled that this is. Maybe I shouldn't be baffled this is happening in America, but it's like we've always seen other countries that have cults of personalities throughout history, especially right now with North Korea and everything like that. And I never would have thought that in America, even as far as Christian it is, they would never deify somebody. And they've deified Trump.
We were built on deification. Look at the way they deified Washington.
True.
Right? Like, I
true.
think 50% of Americans getting 27, like that's more 27%, but like half of the country getting suckered in by a cult of personality, it makes total sense. You got to look at the people that are doing this, and a good insight into this. Watched our Critical Mass episode where I interviewed Chad and Haley from Necessary Conversations. You see it in these older people who, quite frankly, never learned the internet the way they should have, right? And who are alone, right? Their families have left. They're just alone in home, and they get suckered in by Newsmax, Fox, by the Daily Wire, and they've never learned how to properly discern information because at the time they were young, most news was trusted.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and news was held to a bit of a a bit of a heavier standard than it is now.
Until Ronald Reagan.
Until everything goes back to Reagan. Hey, new segment idea. New segment idea. How is this Reagan's fault?
Yeah.
Where we for 5 minutes we just walk you through how this one random thing is somehow connected to motherfucking 6 degrees of Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Wait, that's actually Steve. Can you write that down? Thank you.
Yes, write that down.
6 degrees of Ronald Reagan is going to be is one of our new segments.
Exactly,
it's gotta be.
So much shitty things happen. All connects back to Reagan, especially when it comes to the regulation of what news is. Because back then, news was literally just telling you, okay, this is what's going on in the world, and that was it. If they had any debates, it had to be the fairness doctrine. You had to get one person who was on one side, another person who was on the side, which is why you can find clips of Malcolm X and James Baldwin always debating with people because you had to get both sides. That was the law. Soon as Ronald Reagan got rid of that, now you could just say whatever bullshit you want. Now you could present whatever narrative that you want. And it's all entertainment. Politics, y'all, has become entertainment.
Yes.
And I knew that was the case a long time ago, but I knew it was solidified when I started hearing people say, especially in the Cat Williams, the new Cat Williams special he has on Netflix, he even said himself, Trump is funny. He's entertaining. And because of that, you'll find a lot of people who support him have no idea what the support is about. But because he's entertaining.
It's all vibes, bro.
All vibes.
I touched on this last week. I've been doing internet debates since 2021. Almost 6 years. I've been debating people on the internet, specifically about Donald Trump. The way I started getting into debates was the first time Trump and Biden were going up against each other between 2020 and 2021. And when I tell you the answer for why do you support Trump has always just been vibes. It's never been more than vibes. Well, until you get now it's white supremacy. Now it's I support Trump because he's going to get rid of all the illegals.
The illegals and the immigrants taking our gerbs.
Let's finish this. Let's finish this little.
Gotcha.
No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
She's not gonna resign. She's got too much brown on her nose.
Yeah. She
She don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, we know we're not going to design.
Which
coked out lady.
Oh, it's this one. Okay, this might be the best moment from the hearing. So to set the stage a little bit, let me set the stage for the clip. Rep Jayapal, who's from Washington, she basically calls Bondi's bluff.
Okay.
And it is so it's like the biggest mic drop from any like congressional hearing that I think I've ever seen in my life. So take a look at this.
Gotcha.
Culture of secrecy that allowed Epstein's crimes to continue for decades. To the survivors in the room, if you are willing, please stand. And if you are willing, please raise your hands if you have still not been able to meet with this Department of Justice. Please know for the record that every single survivor has raised their hand. Attorney General Bondi, you apologized to the survivors in your opening statement for what they went through at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. Will you turn to them now and apologize for what your Department of Justice has put them through with the absolutely unacceptable release of the Epstein files and their information?
Congresswoman, you sat before, Merrick Garland sat in this chair twice.
Attorney General.
She can't help herself. She can't help herself. She can't help herself.
Wow.
She can't. Hey, little Billy, why did you paint on the walls? Tommy? You didn't talk to Tommy when he painted on the walls 2 weeks ago. Huh?
We're talking about you.
She can't do anything. This is my issue, right? Donald Trump had at least some people in his cabinet and in his first term that had some balls.
Yeah.
To be like, no, I'm gonna go against Trump in this. This administration has no balls. They cannot disagree. The only person who's openly said something slightly negative about Trump is RFK, who was like, Trump has a shitty diet, and I've tried to talk to him about it.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm like, RFK, I don't care. You snorted coke off of a fucking toilet seat. I don't give a fuck what you say.
I don't care about that. Yeah, exactly. And it's so shockingly just not just the incompetence, but the fact that just like how you said, the cult of personality that he's built to surround himself is just baffling at this point, to the point where people are willing to commit these are all federal crimes. You know what I mean? Not redacting of the names, the way that it was put out, the fact that some of the pictures weren't redacted, which means that you technically distributed CP.
Yeah, that one really fucks with my head.
It's like the incompetence is so shocking, and then when you're called to task to take accountability for your incompetence, the only thing you can do is skirt around it. It's just like that Jubilee thing that we were talking about earlier with Isaiah Martin, where he said that conservatives cannot take personal responsibility. Y'all cannot take it. And we see it,
which is crazy when they're literally the party of fucking personal responsibility,
individual and personal responsibility, and
it's the individual's fault. It's not the group's fault.
Yeah, it's not systemic.
They not individually take goddamn accountability for the Epstein files, Pam Bondi. I just don't get. And there have been some MAGA who have turned coat on this and have been like, no, this was my line in the sand. But it's crazy to me how Trump can say, I'm running on releasing the Epstein files. That is like core to my platform. I'm going to get in there. I'm going to release them. He gets in. He gives a fake binder with Epstein files to a bunch of conservative fucking influencers who go, look, we've got the Epstein files, guys. We know what's going on. Weird as fuck. They sit on Pam Bondi's desk for months. Kash Patel says there's nothing in the files. We know that now is a fucking lie.
Fucking lie.
Trump says it's a Democratic hoax. They spend 400 overtime hours in the FBI redacting Trump's name.
From the
There
files.
are instances where the word don't is redacted because it looked like it said Don T.
Oh, wow.
So it got auto-flagged as a redaction. All of this, but people can't admit that either he's protecting himself or he's protecting his rich pedophile buddies. I don't give a fuck if the Clintons are in the files. I don't give a fuck if the Obamas are in the files. I don't give a fuck if motherfucking Mr. Rogers is in the files. Whoever is in those files.
Put it out.
Put it out. Put them through hell. Bury them under the prison. And let's fucking end this charade and move on as a country.
As a country, let's just end it and move on. And the thing is, it's so crazy to me because for months and months and months on end, not just on mine, because I've heard this for months on end. You probably heard it for years on end. When it comes to people from the LGBTQ community, the only thing that our opponents can say is, keep it away from the kids. We're trying to protect the children. And every single person in the Epstein files that has been released was not a fucking trans person.
They've never given a fuck about the kids. It's all fucking virtue signals to try to earn votes.
That's it.
We're the party of protecting kids. No, you're fucking not, dude. No, you aren't. And it's embarrassing. I don't want to keep talking about this. Every show, like, we end up on something to do with Epstein, but unfortunately it's like big news in America. We mentioned it earlier. Let's watch this clip of RFK Jr. Admitting that he snorts fucking coke off of toilet seats. That will give me some semblance of fucking
levity.
Yeah, let's take a beat from the ring of child pedophiles that exists high up in the rich. And before we get too far away from it, can people stop using this Epstein shit to create anti-Semitic conspiracy theories?
Yeah, please, y'all. Stop doing
damn,
that.
dude.
Stop doing that. No, it's not the Jews. It's the fucking... let's just keep going. Just keep going.
It's men.
It's men.
And Ghislaine Maxwell. All right, let's watch this. Absolute insane. This is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. I want everyone to remember this as we go into this clip, that the person saying this is the sitting Secretary of Health and Human Services in our federal government.
Health, y'all. Health.
It was kind of a pirate group. And, I mean, for me, I said this when we came in, and I said, I don't care what happens. I'm going to a meeting every day.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not scared of a germ. I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats. And I know this disease will kill me.
Bro, what the fuck?
What is happening?
What the fuck? I didn't think The Onion was like...
What is happening, y'all? What's going on?
I couldn't have made that Kalshi bet that he would have said that shit. Yeah. I couldn't have made that bet. I couldn't have made the wager that at some point RFK Jr. would say he snorted coke off a toilet seat. Like, I believe it happened.
Yeah, I believe it.
Right? Yeah. I believe if any politician in the White House right now snorted coke, it's definitely RFK Jr. And Donald Trump Jr.
Of course.
And Eric Trump. And maybe Melania.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I really think we need to watch the Melania documentary and do a review. I think we have to. I think it's a service to the show.
Yeah,
we
should.
What universe are we in, dude? Again, half of my commentary on this show is just bewilderment.
Yeah, I'm so fucking... The director of Health and Human Services is out here being a cokehead, y'all. And I don't think he stopped. I don't think he stopped either. He said this is what he did do.
No, I think the brainworm stopped him.
The brainworm stopped him.
Do you miss the days where we didn't know who the director of Health and Human Services was? Do
I
you miss
those
the
days.
days where you knew who the president was and that was it? You didn't know shit else about politics because you didn't really worry about it. And now it's like every day something is happening that is just mind-blowing.
Silver lining. Now that we all know what all these people are and what they do, people are paying more attention now because the director of Health and Human Services does, has a lot of power. In case another pandemic comes through, we're not going to fucking know because he told the CDC not to put the shit out. You know what I mean? So at least we actually know what people do.
But look at the reason they're paying attention to politics now. Like, the reason why people are paying more attention to politics is because it's become theater.
Yeah.
Politics has become better than Jersey Shore.
Which is insane.
Like, I get the same feeling watching I get the same feeling watching the Pam Bondi hearing that I did watching the Jersey Shore reunion specials.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That shouldn't be the case.
Like
a congressional hearing should be boring. I'm going to go on record that congressional hearings should be fucking boring.
Make politics boring again.
Make politics boring again. What are we doing?
What is happening, bro? Politics should not be entertainment. It should not be. I should not be turning on the congressional hearing and feel like I'm watching Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. That should not be the fucking case.
But that's the problem is they've realized that if they get entertainers into these seats, then people like who, goddamn Peter Thiel, is gonna be able to essentially do whatever the fuck he wants.
Exactly. Because now that people know that politics is complete, people were already assuming that politics is unserious, which is why most people don't vote, because it's supremely unserious. But now that they know everything that happens, everything that they do, and they're saying that these are the people that's leading our nation, now they know it's fucking unserious, and they will be even more politically uninclined. And now Peter Thiel can come in, Nick Land can come in, Curtis Yarvin can come in, and then just shape America as a techno-feudalist wet dream, basically.
Why? I remember when people, like, when Trump was first getting his run in politics, and everybody was like, "I'm so happy because I'm so tired of politicians," and he's not a politician, right? And that always rung weird to me because I'm like, why wouldn't I get it? I get that every person, whether they have a reason to or not, feels burned by politicians,
right?
Because we have to remember, even if it doesn't affect you, you feel personally, or Americans, if a politician makes a choice that affects somebody, even if it doesn't affect you, everyone takes it as if it does.
Right.
Right now, there's a bunch of people on TikTok who are mad that there's still piles of snow in New York. And it's been like 3 weeks since the big storm. And they're like, well, Mom Donnie needs to be getting rid of this snow here. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Why is this a personal, like, there's snow on the ground. Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you making it like Mamdani is personally attacking you? Because there's snow on the ground. And so now you have these people who, because of this, because they feel burned, right, by politicians who aren't even, there are people who hate Gavin Newsom. And I hate Gavin Newsom, right, because of the shit he's done to poor people and stuff like that. But there are people who hate him who have no idea his policies. They just don't live in California. This shit doesn't affect them. They're just like, I hate this man. He's progressive. I don't like it. And it's like, what the fuck?
When did it become this? It's bean soup theory on a political level, essentially. I'm not sure if you ever heard of bean soup theory, but for the callers who never heard of, for the watchers who never heard of bean soup theory, bean soup theory was basically a meme that happened on TikTok. This woman made a recipe for bean soup. And then there was a whole bunch of comments in her TikTok video asking, what if I'm allergic to beans? Then don't fucking eat
Don't make the bean soup.
Don't eat bean soup, right? And this is what we're seeing on a political level now.
No, for real, dude. Now, listen, I think there are some policies you should get mad about, right? I think if there's a policy that directly affects poor people, you should be upset about it. If there's a policy that directly affects people of color, you should be mad about it. If there's a policy that directly affects trans people, you should be mad about it. If there's a policy that directly affects immigrants, you should be mad about it.
Yeah.
But it's when it's policies that benefit those people and don't harm you.
Yeah.
That it boggles my mind that you're upset
You're
about
mad
it.
about it. Why?
Why are there Republicans who are mad that some kids get free school lunch?
That shit blew my mind. I was like, as horrible as conservatives are on other policies, there is no way they will be against children eating until I saw a Charlie Kirk clip.
Who's that?
Oh yeah, we don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, I don't know who that
But
is.
yeah, we don't know who that is. Yeah, but until I saw a guy from the KKK that had a whole bunch of supporters that did say that he's against children eating. That's when I was really like, how can this be the case?
That was crazy.
For the first instance, I was like, how can this be the case? Y'all against children eating? How far?
It's because, dude, Americans are so fucking selfish. I don't think my taxes should go up. Even if it paid for kids to eat, you wouldn't pay. You could take $1,000 of my dollars every year if it meant that every child on this planet can eat.
Can eat, yeah.
Why wouldn't you? They're kids.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing that I'll always debate. And when people say, "Oh, how are leftist policies better for society?" I'm like, "Oh, but the taxes are gonna go up if you do all that." I'm like, yeah, sure, your taxes could go up to 30-40%, but you ain't got to worry about healthcare costs coming out of your paycheck. You ain't got to worry about your car breaking down and shit all year because now you could just take the train to work.
Dude, our taxes already go up every year because we keep increasing the fucking budget of the military. Maybe, I don't know, pay for something else.
Pay for something else.
Like, I don't mind paying if it means we got fucking working hospitals that everybody can go to. It is 2026. We are living in a future that we've only dreamed about. I have a supercomputer in my hand. A supercomputer.
Yeah.
This is more powerful than the computers that got spaceships into space. This is more powerful than the computer that landed a ship on the moon. But people have to do GoFundMes to fund their fucking cancer diagnoses.
Why?
I got to start a GoFundMe to pay for my dad's... Well, not my dad. I'll throw him into the ocean. But like, people got to start GoFundMes to pay for their dad's funerals?
Why?
Capitalism. That's why. We need to do a whole episode that's just like, yo, let's talk about how fucking stupid capitalism is.
It's
okay, baby.
Slavery with more steps, like Rick and Morty said.
It boggles the mind. And now, because Republicans can't fucking win elections, they've decided, let's try to pass voter restrictions again for the millionth time.
Which brings us to
the goddamn SAVE Act. Now let's preface our SAVE Act conversation with one thing. I don't think this is getting through Senate.
No, that's not.
I don't think it's getting through Senate. It would shock me if this got through the Senate.
Yeah.
And it would shock me if it doesn't get struck down in court. Truly.
Yeah,
Truly would shock me if this doesn't get struck down in court. It quite literally creates a poll tax. And I don't care what anybody says, right? I don't care if you... Because right now there's a lot of fear-mongering, I believe, going on through progressives. And then I think there's a lot of lying going on through the conservative side. Few things that are very blatantly true. This creates a poll tax for millions of Americans.
Definitely.
It creates an undue financial burden in order to vote. This is just true. There's no way around it. I do not think this is going to stop people from voting, but it does create that burden. And the flip side that's true is I don't see this passing out of the Senate in any way, shape, or form. If it does,
I'll be shocked.
Shit.
Yeah, shit.
Now we got some issues.
Yeah.
But this one thing I will give the Supreme Court, even the conservative-leaning Supreme Court, is that they've always been good about striking down voter ID laws, voter restriction. They've been very good about that sort of stuff. But I think what the SAVE Act demonstrates is that the Republicans are very scared of midterms. Donald Trump has said it himself. He said, if midterms go the way that of the Democrats, I will be impeached.
Yeah.
Which, fair. You deserve to be for a litany of reasons. Mostly, I would say, because of the militarization of ICE and shit. But So the SAVE Act, for those who don't know, is basically a bill to create voter regulations around IDs. Now, you already need to be a citizen to vote.
Right.
So it's not creating anything there. So some people are saying, well, voting should only be for citizens. So we need the SAVE Act. Voting is already only for citizens. The SAVE Act makes it so you need specific government ID with your name that matches your birth certificate in order to vote, or like at the day of the poll, in order to vote at the poll that day.
Yeah.
I think this is stupid. I think if anything, requiring ID to register to vote, totally fine with.
Yeah.
I actually think requiring some semblance of proof of citizenship to register to vote makes complete sense. Should be automatic. Just saying.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like we have the technology where when you're born, you should just be put into the system as a citizen. Like it shouldn't even be a thing. But one of the things it requires, because of the regulations, so one of them being your name on your license must match your birth certificate, is it makes it difficult for married women to vote. So if your last name is different, right, or anybody who's changed their names legally, literally anybody who's legally changed their names, so this could harm trans people as well. Anyone who's changed their names legally, they would need to get affidavits notarized that they've had a name change, which should be fine if you've gone through the legal process. You should be able to get that at the time. But again, this is now an undue burden that you now have to go through in order to do what is a legal right
to do
in the United States. And the Constitution clearly lays out one big thing with voting is that there cannot be a poll tax. Poll taxes used to exist. They exist in, I think, 1964 is when poll taxes got finally struck down on a Supreme Court level. You cannot put financial burden on citizens in order to engage in the right to vote. And the SAVE Act will do that through people either needing to get passports, because just general IDs don't prove citizenship.
Exactly.
A license doesn't prove citizenship. There are states where you can be a non-citizen and get a license.
Exactly.
You can get a license as a legal resident. It doesn't prove your citizenship. So now people are going to need to get passports, which are between, I think it's like $140 and $160 to get a passport.
Which is a poll tax.
Which would be a poll tax. And we have millions of Americans who live paycheck to paycheck. 40% of Americans can't handle an extra $500 expense that comes up in a pay period.
So $140 to go ahead and vote for people that don't even care for me. A lot of people are just going to say, all right, fuck, I'm just not going to vote. That's what's going to happen. And that's exactly what they want. Now, what the thing is that I've always said, one of the big problems with politics becoming entertainment is that now there's political illiteracy in this country. Because a lot of folks you say this to, they'll just be like, oh, what's wrong with needing an ID to vote? Yeah, I mean, and the problem is not the ID in of itself. Number one, even in states that don't require for you to show an ID for you to vote, they check your name off the voter registration list. They even check your signature.
Yeah, I don't think people realize the steps that go in. Once you cast your ballot, it doesn't immediately go into the system.
Yeah.
They verify. Sorry, I keep putting my hand in your camera. They verify that you are who you say you are in order for that ballot to count.
For that to count, exactly. So all of this is going on, right? And then you have the issue with these voter ID laws is that a lot of times what happens is not the ID in of itself. It's usually the type of ID that they require. And this happened both in Houston and North Carolina, which is why it was struck down by their Supreme Court. They even require the name to be spelled correctly. And we know exactly who they go after if it's not spelled correctly.
I'm 90% sure my name on my driver's license doesn't match my birth certificate. My middle name specifically.
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure I spelled my middle name a very specific way my whole life. And when I got my birth certificate to get my passport, I think is what I got it for. Or it might have been for a job or whatever. I had to get my birth certificate for something. And I looked at it and was like, Mom, how do I spell my middle name? And she said it. I'm like, that's not what it's spelled out on a birth certificate. And there are people whose names on legal documents are different than their birth certificate. Like,
exactly.
like you said, by like a letter. Like your name could be William, and in your birth certificate it's Willem, right?
Yeah,
Just because of your parent writing it down wrong or something like that.
Exactly.
But like, yes, you're right. This does needlessly target minority groups, especially the Black community. Look, I'll say it. If America, as soon as you turned 18, a voter ID just showed up at your door, okay, great, cool.
No problem.
Cool. Then I'm totally fine with voter ID. If it's just something that shows up, you don't have to go through the process. It just shows up when you're 18. Okay.
I'll be totally fine.
They're not going to do that. So there should be no. We'll keep saying the same thing. It's a way, like you said, it's a way to create disenfranchisement at the polls and to stop people from showing up. And that's part of what they're doing with ICE too. I keep telling people, when ICE shows up at the polls,
don't be surprised.
It will not just scare away people who are not citizens because they've been, and this is, I don't think people realize, when ICE detains citizens and they detain people who are non-residents but who are here legally, or non-citizens who are here legally, like legal residents. When they detain these people, when they ship off college students who are here on visas, what they're doing is they're trying to instill fear into the people who are here legally and who are allowed to vote.
Yeah.
Because then you're worried that they'll send anybody.
Exactly.
So when they show up at the poll, you fear for your life even though you are doing nothing wrong.
Exactly.
Part of something that Black people feel all the time. When we see cops as Black people, because we know we're targeted, even when we're doing nothing wrong, you still have this fear of the police. So Black people have become avoidant of cops.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing that's going to happen. So it's going to create disenfranchisement at the polls. It has nothing to do with undocumented people voting. I think like the amount of people that voted fraudulently in the last election was overwhelmingly for the Republican side anyway.
Yeah.
So like, it's got nothing to do with that, and it got everything to do with Republicans are getting worried that they're not going to be able to win elections fairly anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly what they're worried about. Because if I shows up and the person's a naturalized citizen, like my mom and my dad, their retirement age, even though they've been citizens for decades, they see all this going on with ICE. First thing they're gonna say is he's gonna hear my accent, and they're gonna detain me and lock me away. I'm in my 60s. They know they won't survive in those couple of conditions. And we've been hearing stories of, Haitians in Boston, in New York and Philly being detained in ICE facilities and dying. You know what I mean? So, of course, this is heard throughout the entire Haitian community because, we're all connected like that. So it's like we all hear about it. So, of course, you send ICE down to somewhere in Miami or Orlando or Atlanta, somewhere where there's a lot of these immigrant pockets are. He's gonna be like, I'm not gonna show up. I'm gonna screw it. We'll see what happens next time. I'll vote for president because maybe things will be calmer then, and it'll take ICE away.
Well, but, you're right, because think about it. The Supreme Court affirmed that it's okay for ICE to profile based on accents. So ICE shows up at a poll. They hear someone speaking an accent. They question their citizenship. Things get rowdy. They detain this person. They find out later that person's a U.S. citizen. Are the polls still open?
Not open.
Did this person now not get a vote? And then the thing comes in and people will go, well, now that person can just sue. I hear this all the time where people are like, well, why aren't people just suing the government? First of all, doesn't matter because this administration is ignoring court orders left and right. Fucking John Fetterman was just on a podcast like 2 days ago and was like, Trump's never defied a court order. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? Are you done with your Democrat grift yet, John Fetterman? Because what?
Holy shit, I don't get it.
So you're right. Like, it's just going to create this fucking disenfranchisement at the polls, and Republicans are going to use that to try to coast through midterms. And we can't let them. We've been seeing that they've been fucking getting every of these special elections that have happened since the election. They've been getting fucked since the presidential election of 2024. Every time there's been a special election, Republicans are getting fucking cremated.
Yeah.
And I hope to God that Democrats listen to their base for once. Don't put up fucking Newsom. Don't put up fucking Kamala again.
Do not do it.
Don't put up these. We need somebody different to lead the Democrats going into 2028. I don't know who it's going to be, and I don't think we're going to know who it's going to be till midterms.
Right.
I think once we get to midterms and once we get to the primary, we'll know a little bit more.
One more, yeah.
But fucking Christ, can we listen to your base for once? It didn't. Not listening to your base fucked you.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. I get it. People are like, well, people didn't go out to vote. This is true. More people stayed home
Than never before.
than last year. But it's because the Democrats aren't listening to their fucking base.
Listen to your base.
Please stop just propping up the same establishment Dems. I actually think Harris could have been a great fucking choice. But I don't know if you read any excerpts from her book. They didn't let her run her campaign.
Her campaign, yeah.
They didn't let her do
exactly.
it. Like, if what she said in the book is to be believed, right? They really just wanted her to run on Biden's platform again. They didn't want her to disparage Biden too much. They didn't want her to separate herself too much from him, which is so stupid.
That's so stupid, bro. He was. We know that he was unpopular because of the inflation and everything like that, which is not his fault. Understood, it's not his fault, but it's still politics. You need to do something. All right, you need to do something different to show yourself that you're different, show that you're separate and not just part of the establishment.
Yeah.
And they just keep putting on these establishment people and centrist and not moving to the left like we always told them. We always told them we need more representation, expand the House, expand the Supreme Court,
Term limits,
universal health care. Yeah, I mean, well, I always said Obama's biggest blunder with the ACA was dropping the public option. He should have kept it. Yeah, I'm saying
because they didn't. This is the thing. I saw a TikTok the other day. I think it was a TikTok where somebody said, I wish I saved it. I need to start saving the TikToks that I want us to look at. Where somebody said, Obama, we need to stop going back and looking at Obama through these progressive glasses of 2025 or 2026.
True.
Because Obama, to what progressives are now, is the biggest centrist in the fucking world.
Yeah, he is.
Obama was pro American intervention. He was not for universal health care. He was for expanding corporate power. Like, Obama was a centrist compared to now. But that's a good thing because the point of progressiveness is everything progresses. So, yes, your candidate in 2028 should be way more progressive than your candidate in 2016. That's our 2008. It's been 20 years. Obviously, you should have a way more progressive. And like I don't want someone who's just going to continue bombing Yemen. I don't want somebody who's just going to consistently remove benefits for the poor or not fund fucking Trump going, oh, hey, well, I'm going to take the money when I sue the IRS for $10 billion. I'm going to take the money and give it to homeless veterans. Like, how about you just fund that?
Just fund it. Yeah, exactly.
It's nonsense. Listen, guys, I think we should always end with some type of, if we don't have a good piece of news, we should always end with some type of PSA. Get involved in local politics. Your local politics is very important. You can't just show up for the presidential election and that be it. Who's your governor? Who are your senators? Who represents your district? Find these things out and then go and put pressure. We are going into 2026. We're in 2026.
We're in 2026, yeah.
Now should be the time that you start getting a candidate. I don't want to hear from anybody, you should vote third. Well, I'm going to vote third party. Okay, who? Don't just say I'm going to vote third party. Who is your candidate? What is their platform? We can create a viable option in the next 2 years. It's entirely possible. But you have to get off your butt and get involved. This has been the Weekly Dump, your number 2 source for number 1 political commentary. If you've watched this far, in the comments today, drop a number 1 through 10 about how much brown Pam Bondi has on her nose. I've been Jovan Bradley, joined, as always, by my boy,
VolcyThoughts. I appreciate y'all. What? Oh, yeah. Free Haiti, free Palestine, fuck ICE.
You're forgetting on episode 4? Like, the fuck? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like. Please give this video a share. Send it to your conservative uncles. Send this to, like, one day we'll go live again and go back and like take calls again, but like we're not there yet. But send this video to your conservative uncles. Send this video to everybody that you can if you want them to also get involved in politics. Thank you so much for watching The Weekly Dump. Thank you again in the booth, producer Steve, technical director Chris, and director of Thank you in the booth again to producer Steve. Thank you in the booth again to our friends. No, thank you once again in the booth to technical director. Fucking Christ, what is wrong with me? I've been Jovan Bradley, and we still don't have an outro. Goodbye.
Peace.